Hello, fellow followers, and welcome back to FanZcene. This is the physical media show, and with me tonight is Runner and Tom. Welcome back, Tom.
Hello. Sorry I missed last week. That really sucks.
It happens, man.
I even watched Electric Boogaloo in preparation. Plus, I've been working on the He-Man movie video all week. So it's been a deep dive into canon. So I would have been prepared. Sadly,
yes. You probably could have taught this guy something because he didn't know much about the He-Man Captain America thing.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know. I think because I didn't toggle a lot because I was just mostly learning, but and they were like, oh man, I wish Tom was here to answer this stuff and all that. And it's like, yeah, but we're glad you're here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
but he did tell us a bit about Spider-Man and how you can see the set of the Daily Bugle in Cyborg, and he showed us, and he showed us the Spider-Man cannon jacket that were made up for the crew that never, for the movie that never got made. He showed us some good stuff, man.
Yeah, for a heartbeat, Michael Dudakov was going to be Spider-Man.
Yep, and also he told me that they also asked Michael Dudakov to be Superman. Because when they were going to do Superman 5, and it fell through and all that, and Christopher Reeve didn't want to come back, so they also asked Michael Dudakov to be Superman.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
Yeah.
Remember that story that James Cameron was gonna do a Spider-Man project?
Yes.
I would have loved to have seen that, honestly.
That actually stemmed off of the canon Spider-Man, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Really? Like what was it?
He got involved after canon was involved, but yeah, I think.
I was gonna say it must have been after because
and he wanted Leo to play Spider-Man.
I would have been interested to see.
And actually, some of Cameron's ideas wound up in the Raimi Spider-Man. I found a while back like Cameron's treatment, and there's a lot of scenes that are in that treatment that are almost like verbatim in the Raimi. Like even the stuff with like the spider webs being organic is in the Cameron version.
Interesting.
Wasn't there supposed to be some violent like bridge sequence in like the third act of Cameron's thing? Is that what Raimi sort of took, but with his own spin in the first one? Now that I think about it.
Trying to remember. I think there was something similar to that. The scenes that stick out most to me though were like the Flash Thompson scene is almost verbatim. There's like there's a scene between him and Mary Jane that is very similar to the upside down spider kiss scene. The wrestling scene was very similar to that whole thing. Like, so a lot of the beats were there. So I'm sure that probably was it because I'm pretty sure that the ending was pretty similar too in a sense.
Yeah, because like Cameron's was supposed to be like a hard R Spider-Man movie, right?
I don't know about that, but
that's what I've heard. Or that's what I've heard people say.
Well, canon, when they first got a hold of it, they had no idea what the fuck Spider-Man was.
Yeah, they was going to make him an actual Spider-Man.
Yeah, like literally.
Wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger supposed to be like Doc Ock or some shit?
Yeah, that's true. I heard that because he was one of Canon's. They were trying to make a movie with him, but I think Cameron was going to do that. Yeah.
What would have been worse, him as Doc Ock or him as Mr. Freeze?
Him as Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
At least Doc Ock, that you can kind of.
I mean,
with the accent and everything, and more in his range.
His Doc Ock would have been interesting. It also would have been hilarious as fuck.
You're Spider, you 6 arms, I got 8.
Stick around.
Holy shit. See that's what I'm talking about.
That would have been funny. But
such a swinger.
Such a swinger. It's not a tumor. I want to say
hail to everyone from the palm of my hand.
He'll like grab him by the leg and pull him down when he's swinging or whatever and be like, I need to pull you down to my level.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Look at my awesome octopus arms. Yeah.
That's funny. I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Greetings to Dan Blackroyd, Brian Barth, HVP, Tyrell72, Berserker 99, Anthony Draven, Cosmic Squirrel. Welcome, guys, and share out the stream. Make sure everybody shows up. Before we get in, I haven't seen a whole lot of new releases this week.
Yeah, I haven't get a chance to catch up because I didn't get a show today. So
yeah. So I did see Manhunter is coming out on 4K, but I can't remember what studio is doing that.
Studio Canal.
Studio Canal. That's
over
right.
Here, it could be anybody from Arrow to Shout. It's hard to say.
Yeah. And that's about it. Really, honestly, that's about it.
I feel like I've
Grease
seen...
too.
That's a Blu-ray, but that's already been released on Blu-ray. But this, I think, the first time I think it's a steelbook, but it may be the first time it's available by itself on Blu-ray.
Maybe.
I could be wrong. Because they did release it with the first film when it came out in 4K, but it just came with the Blu-ray of the second film. I can't remember if that got a standard. It probably did get a standard standalone, but this is the first. It's getting a steelbook. But I'm like, who the fuck asked for this?
Yeah, really.
I remember seeing your tweet on that.
Like seriously,
I'm trying to look to see what else is like news-wise.
It's in there for the worst sequels of all time. Right?
I'm not gonna lie, I would watch it because I like really bad movies, and it's a really bad movie. So I would maybe own it for that factor alone.
I haven't seen any of the Grease movies.
The problem is it's competent enough, and it's got the budget and decent enough actors that it's not really one of those so bad it's funny kind of movies.
Yeah, it's just
one of those it's so bad it's bad, because the first one is so good, and then this one is just a retread of the first one with the roles reversed, and the music is horrible.
Yeah, the songs are really bad in the second one.
Yeah,
really
so
bad.
That's the problem. It's not even really a good fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it has its fans for some god awful reason that only makes sense to them.
Michelle Pfeiffer, right?
I don't know. There's a song about bowling. There's it is
why
it is bad. Just a bad movie. Like,
it is bad,
and not in a good way. It's just horrible. Like, I seen it once, and that was enough. And I was like, never again.
See, I probably never seen Grease just because I'm not a big like musical.
It's
fan.
Actually a pretty good. It's one of those musicals that even when people don't really care for musicals, they can still get into it because the music isn't like musical music.
No, like a few exceptions are like Singing in the Rain and the Blues Brothers for me.
So yeah, it's kind of closer to Blues Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you would like Grease Runner.
Okay.
The original.
Okay. Yeah, the one with John Travolta.
Yeah, and you probably would have liked it a little better if you'd seen it a little younger, but you're still probably young enough to where it'll make an impact on you.
Yeah.
But it's one of those movies. It's like you almost have to see it at the right age too.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Tim Hayes out there in the chat too. And Brian Barth says he just got Bullworth. Imagine making that movie today. Yeah, I don't think you could probably get that across. I don't know. Brian, is it on Blu-ray or DVD?
I don't think I don't know if that's been released on DVD.
Tom,
yet.
You may or may not have known this, but Raiders of the Lost Ark is having its own steelbook on 4K.
Oh, and they fucked up the title font. Yeah, that was something I was going to talk about on 4K for you, but we didn't get to it today. So
yeah, I'm just scrolling through Dawn of the Discs, and that was one of them, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, a lot of people
fucking good.
I mean, they're using the one poster, the re-release poster art, but for some reason they redid the title font. And unless you're somebody who really pays attention, I guess you wouldn't really notice. But even just looking at it, it kind of looks off. Yeah, they redid the title for some reason.
Now that you say that, something looks a little weird.
It's not in line. Something's off. Like it's not quite exactly the same as the original.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it now.
It's literally like the off-the-shelf free version of the adventure font that I use for videos and stuff.
That's what it looks like.
No, it literally is, because I know at least 3 people who have showed now on like between Michael over at Retro Blasting, Robert Meyer Burnett brought it up.
Tim Hayes says.
What's stupid is inside is a reprint of the original poster that has the original font on it. So when you get it, you can actually compare it and see how different it really is. And it's subtle, but it's like enough to where you're just like, yeah, it just doesn't quite pop like it used to. It's because it's not quite in alignment. There's extra tails on things that shouldn't be there, and it's just a little off.
I'm trying to compare it, and I'm like, yeah, I see it now.
Yep.
I can see it.
And it stuck out to, of course, OG fans like that, especially like the guys that are really into Indiana Jones, like Michael over at Retro Blasting. But yeah. So that was one of the only big news this week. Other than we got finally a look at the Steelbook and a release date of Untouchables.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did see that. Yeah,
I saw that too.
And I think that's about it, really.
Yeah.
There was something else, and I can't remember.
I mean, there was a whole lot of stuff like.
But it was just another Paramount movie that already has a 4K.
What was it? She's Having My Baby.
Maybe that's not the one I'm thinking of. There's another one.
That's when I saw that.
I mean, we're getting a few Paramount titles like the Weatherman's coming.
Yeah.
The Mexicans coming, which I think that's a DreamWorks title, but it's coming through Paramount because they had the rights to that one. There was another one. Yeah, She's Having a Baby, but that's not the one I was thinking of. For those Alec Baldwin fans out there, we are getting Miami Blues from MVD.
There you go.
There was another one that Paramount had soft announced that there is a 4K master for, and I'm like, I'm not surprised because I think I already have it, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah.
So
we'll get more solid ones. Yeah.
Here's a question for you from Dan Blackroyd. Any thoughts on Paramount deleting tweets about The Godfather 4K? I think the count was high def disc news.
Why would they heard about that? What were they deleting?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard about
all
that.
The reviews I've seen were amazing.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, Alex Baldwin's career is over. I would say it's dead and gone.
What's sad is MVD probably put this Blu-ray into production just before that happened.
Probably they're thinking, man, this is going to sell.
Bitch.
Alrighty then. Since that's about it.
Catch me up on that Dan Blackroyd. That's the first I've heard about it.
Yeah, Dan. Drop some in the chat there or whatever.
I was just pissed because look, and this is nothing against the size of the channels, but I seen a buttload of DVD Blu-ray review channels and other channels get Godfather last week, and I'm like, what the fuck? I even asked Andre, I'm like, are we not getting emails? What is the deal? Because we have 4K for you. It's like we should be getting some of these offers and some of these preview discs. What's going on? So, because some of these channels are just like, I mean, even some that I'd never heard of before all of a sudden started popping up because I watched a few reviews. So you know how the algorithm works.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how are these guys getting them and we're not? Like, and you guys included, right? Like, especially you, FanZcene, because you're definitely on the top of this shit.
I would think, I still think I have a little ways to go, but yeah, I would think
not really I'll tell you right now, comparatively to some of the numbers of some of these other channels, no.
Really?
No. That's what really had me bothered because I'll be honest, there was one with like 1,000 views or 1,000 subscribers, and I'm like, what the fuck, Andre?
Yeah.
and
that's what gives me.
Yes, and that's where I'm like, and I'm not trying to like sound like all like egotistical or anything like that, but I'm just like, that makes no fucking sense. Like, we did 2 fucking shows specifically about the Godfather movies.
That's what I don't. I really don't understand how you guys over at Midnight's Edge are not getting those.
We probably, and I'm not trying again, sound egotistical, but those 4K for yous of all the videos out there that are talking about it, we probably have some of the higher numbers before the movie even came out on Blu-ray. So
that's crazy,
what
man.
The fuck? How can we not? Well, Paramount fucking hates us.
Well, yeah, the Star Trek.
That answers part of that question, I'm sure.
Dan Blackroyd says they made him delete screenshots because the restoration team didn't think they were a proper representation.
Oh, they made Coppola?
Made high def disc news.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, you can't really. I don't know if you can capture in an image the HDR, but what big deal difference does that make? We all know. Look, as I said before when we talked about The Outsiders, if Godfather looks half as good as The Outsiders did, nobody's going to complain. And everybody that I've read a review of, Bill Hunt and all the guys are gushing over it. So this is going to be one of the best Blu-rays out there. So I don't even know why Paramount's doing that. That sounds like Paramount though. They'll shoot themselves in the foot just to cut their own nose off.
They're crazy. That company I just don't get.
No, they don't even know how to accept help like promoting anything. And I'm not even going to get into specifics, but I've heard stupid horror stories.
That's crazy. We got a question from 4K Cinema HD real quick. Why did they leave the Phantom punch when Sony punched Carlo, considering they did thousands of hours of corrections? It's still the new 4K, LOL.
Corrections meaning like probably like film problems, not like they didn't touch the movie itself like digitally or anything that I know of.
Yeah.
I don't think he would allow that to happen.
It's honestly, man, I know you weren't trying to sound like that, but I really am surprised that you guys over there at Midnight's Edge do not get disc.
I mean,
that's
we're
just
like
not
reaching out to
surprises
the
me.
right people, but you would think because like I have gotten random things for like I don't even know why I would, because I can't vote for the Oscars. I guess they want me to review it, but there was a couple of Oscar movies that were smaller titles that I got emails for like watch party things, or not watch parties, but screener things for, but there were never movies that we'd ever talk about on Midnight's Edge, so I'm like pointless. I can't even remember the one, but it was one that was like nominated for best foreign film, and then there was another one that had like one of the best actor nominees in it or something like that. And they sent them to me, but I'm just like, it's not even in our purview, so whatever.
Yeah.
And I think one of them was, and then one of them's already out on digital, and like the other thing, so I'm like, that was stupid because I saw it at Walmart the other day. Oh, it was the Belfast. That's one of them.
Oh, the Belfast. Yeah,
I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was like, yeah, but it's already out. Why would I? Yeah, whatever. You know, like, and I have no real reason to watch it. You know,
that's true.
And I can't even remember what the other one was with the best actor. I can't even remember which one it was. But
I don't even know what's nominated. So
yeah, that's my problem. Is half the shit I could care less about.
Exactly. Dan Blackroyd said he can send you that thread if you want, Tom.
No, you can, but I already, if they're gone, then what good is that? I mean, I know High Def Digest, and I know what they do. They're the ones who usually pull the best screenshots we all use. So
yeah,
yeah, it's kind of shitty of Paramount to do that, but it doesn't surprise me knowing them.
It's true. Before we start showcasing what everybody's brought here, I'm going to play a little something, and make sure you guys click the link I have at the top after you see this if you're interested. But I found this. They gave this to me, and I thought this looked pretty kind of cool. So I'm going to play this real quick.
I was a fan of the magazine, a fan of the art, fan of the storytelling. It played into my interests in a very natural way. I'd say it would be great as an animated film.
And showed you the possibility of animation and sci-fi and more sophisticated ideas. Beautiful, but it's also really subversive and countercultural.
I tell you, I'm an American citizen. I just lost my papers or something. Goddamn illegal aliens.
The source material, the heavy metal stories, really in themselves had a kind of level of explicitness that was freeing, I think, for the artist. I saw that as something that was quite fun and delicious.
I'm afraid that I'll come home one day and find you screwing the toaster.
You'll just have to trust me.
I just really like that one that they sent over to me because Ivan Reitman and Heavy Metal's coming out on 4K. So there you guys go. And if you guys want that documentary, click the link up at the top, and it does help my channel. But who wants to go first tonight? Go ahead, Runner. Say what you want to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, first of all, rest in peace, Ivan Reitman. That kind of got me right there.
Yeah, but, actually, that's kind of cool considering we're getting Heavy Metal here in just over a month.
Yes.
I'll probably pre-order that at some point, because I feel like that one's gonna sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, it's a steelbook too with both of them. So
exactly. I haven't seen Heavy Metal, but it looks good.
The first one's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it looks like something I'd enjoy.
You like Fifth Element, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one bit is like totally ripping it off.
Yeah.
All right. No, but
Fifth
yeah,
Element rips off heavy metal. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, and it also rips off Blade Runner too a little bit, but yeah, Greg, I'll have to back that whenever I get my next paycheck.
It's awesome though. It's got like every kind of story in it too. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to finally getting that on like a 4K. I bet you that's going to pop. So
fuck
I would
yes,
say
it comes out on 420. I mean,
yes. Oh man, that's awesome.
I'll be waiting by my mailbox on that day. Like, is it here yet?
It's like I ordered it. I'm standing at the window waiting. But yeah, like anybody out there that's watching or rewatches this or in the chat, if you guys want to get that, just click the link up at the top. It does help support my channel. But Runner, do you want to go first tonight?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got.
So there's a lot of as you might know, some things going around in Warner Brothers, and the whole DC stuff.
Oh, I thought you were going to say herpes.
Yeah, I thought he was getting into some kind of transmission there.
No. No, I don't know. But no, it's a Batman thing. It's
the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm surprised you didn't surprise us with the big 3 Dark Knight trilogy 4K box set.
3 better movies than the Batman right there, and Dark Knight.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about
Dark Knight
that.
Rises.
No, Tom. Tell him, Tom. Get him.
Wait, do you have this set, Greg? I feel like you do, right?
I have them all on Blu-ray, but
I got the 4K set.
Yeah, I haven't got the 4K set, but I bought them all on Blu-ray when they came out new.
I'm gonna get the 4K set at some point. But this one comes with like 5 like prints of like the villains. It's like artwork and stuff. Like there's one of Bane, there's one of Joker, there's one of Two-Face, Scarecrow, and Ra's al Ghul.
Cool.
And you get some cool bonus features and stuff. I haven't seen them, but like one of them is,
you now have my permission to cry.
Go ahead, Runner. What happened?
I'm looking. I was also waiting for Tom, but no, like one of them is like one of them's I don't care. One of them is a Christopher Nolan and Richard Donner conversation.
Yeah, that's cool because he actually did base Batman Begins around the idea of Superman the movie, the original with Christopher Reeve, and how to cast it and how to tell the story.
Yeah, I heard about that. And then there's some other one with Guillermo del Toro and Zack Snyder, I guess. There's some impact thing of the Dark Knight trilogy. And then there's like another one is complete IMAX sequences from both the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
Cool.
And this thing also comes with a note from Christopher Nolan. I left the prints in that note like somewhere else. I forgot where I put it. But yeah, it's cool set. I don't think none of this stuff really comes in the 4K. I'm not sure. Does the 4K?
No, the 4K is just a box with the discs in it. Yeah.
I was gonna say, does it come with any special features in it?
I think it has the Blu-rays that have them on it. If not, I've got the old Blu-rays anyway.
Because I was gonna say, doesn't it? Is it 4K and Blu-ray that comes with?
I think so. Plus digital. I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
Okay. No, because in this set, like there's like for Batman Begins, it's one disc for Batman Begins. It's the movie and the special features. Then there's one that's just the Dark Knight movie, and then the other one separate is the Dark Knight special features. Then there's Dark Knight Rises movie. Another one is the Dark Knight Rises special features, and then the last disc is the Dark Knight trilogy special features. So
see, now that last disc, I don't think I have the shit that's on there.
On the 4K?
Yeah, on any of my sets, because I don't have that set. And if I remember right, I don't remember what's all on there, but
I know if you want to get the Dark Knight Nolan trilogy on 4K, Zavi has got exclusive 4K steelbooks that you
I
can
saw
pre-order
that.
right now. Yeah,
I saw that on your video. Yeah.
all three of those. They're 4K. The 4K probably this. I think they're the same ones Tom's got.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they have all those special features, but you get the steelbook, you get postcards, still images, poster, booklet,
and Tom's gonna fucking yell at me for this, but I would argue, and yes, I do have some issues with the Batman, but I would argue that it's the most Batman out of any other solo Batman movie. I'm sorry.
I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen it.
Okay, this is what I think. This is how I think you'll go out of the movie, like Greg, once you watch it, because I think it comes out in HBO Max in like less than a month now. I think maybe about a month, but
Yeah, it's 45 days from release, so yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think they said like April like 17th or some shit is what I heard last time. But this is what I think. I think I don't think you would like I don't think it's gonna be like the greatest thing you'll ever see, just because just from what I've like known about you so far. I think you'll like some aspects of it, but you're not gonna be like, oh, this isn't like for me kind of thing. But I would definitely give it a chance though.
I'm gonna watch it, but I'd probably be honest. I'm really not interested in it.
I know.
I'm
I get
not.
that.
So I mean,
I'm just saying.
It's just probably not going to be me. So
but knowing you, there are probably going to be things you'll like about it. Is what I'm saying. Like, I think you'll like the Penguin. I'll argue he's probably one of the best things about it. Colin Farrell was fucking great. I thought Pattinson fucking pulled it off. I know Tom will disagree with me on that, but he was fucking
If
great.
you mean by pulled it off, he jerked off, yeah.
No, that beginning, that very beginning.
The lighthouse.
The lighthouse was good. The lighthouse was good.
The lighthouse is a good movie, but he jerks off in that too. So.
Okay, but no, like that beginning narration where he's like narrating, like I think okay, Greg, you're gonna fucking love Gotham in this.
We'll see.
I know, dude. Hot take: Matt Reeves did a better job with Gotham than Tim Burton.
I can't condone that. The statements made by Runner Blaze here on the FanZcene channel do not reflect FanZcene or his views.
Hey.
I'll give you this, that he does a good job of making Gotham part of the story, but here's the problem is I enjoyed the first hour so much to a point outside of Batboy, because that's the thing is maybe it's just because I'm a couple years older than him. I don't think that's the case, but to me, it was just he just didn't do it for me. He just seemed too much like a little boy in cosplay.
I thought he was good. I thought he was really good.
And
maybe that's just me, but I thought he was really good.
It was like Donnie Darko Batman.
No, I didn't get that vibe at all.
You could replace the Nirvana song with Mad World and it would work.
See, I didn't mind the Nirvana shit.
Oh God, that drove me even more nuts.
People sounded like he was like listening to it. I'm like, no, that's just something that they put in the movie. I don't know.
I'm already on this like line with Nirvana because I was a fan of them, and when I was a fan, nobody cared or gave a shit or liked them. And then all of a sudden, when Kurt Cobain killed himself, everybody was all of a sudden a fan. So I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And of course, they liked all the worst songs. So I just got to this point where I had this like hate relationship with them. Not even so much of a love relationship anymore. Like, I don't even know if I might have Nevermind. I don't know if I have any of their other albums. If I do, it's In Utero, and that's it.
I have
I'm
one
just
of their albums.
Yeah. So I just got to that point with them. And then after this shit with this movie now, and all these people are just like fawning over it again. It's just like, it does not fit with Batman. I'm sorry. If you like it, that's cool.
See, I mean,
yeah.
Okay, from that point of view, I can understand that. What I was trying to say is like that beginning narration where he's talking about him, like people fear him, and like was like, oh, I am the shadows and all that. I forgot how the whole thing went, but that was great. After he did that, I was like, Pattinson can pull this role off, at least in my opinion. Just that first shot of Gotham, I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking Gotham. Like, Gotham plays a character in this, and as much as I love, or I mean, as much as I enjoy the Nolan trilogy as a whole, even though I didn't like Rises, like, the biggest problem with those movies, or at least, I mean, Batman Begins was fine in terms of Gotham, but like, Gotham didn't play a character in the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, especially. You know where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah, but we got a lot of people out here that tend to agree with Tom right now in the chat.
I don't care. It's fine.
I mean, as far as the Batman thing, I thought the stuntman did great as Batman.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah.
I was gonna say you haven't even seen it. Fucking.
Well, don't even get me started on the rest of the shit in the movie. Like that's
okay. The third. Okay, I'll tell you this, Tom. The third act, it's weak as hell, but it didn't ruin the rest of the movie for me. How about that?
Well, this is Greg's channel, so I'm not going to get into the political stuff.
I know.
We're going to move on from the Batman, but I'm glad you liked it, Runner. Seriously, I am glad you liked it.
I don't think it's the greatest thing ever. Don't get me wrong. I
didn't hate it either, though. That's the thing and that's the problem is it's too long for other things too.
See, and I predicted this. It felt like a 2-hour movie to me. I don't know.
Maybe when I was your age, I would have felt the same way, but like now, especially coming from an editing perspective, almost every other scene for the first 2 hours is a recap of the scene before it. So like there's a way you could have cut a large portion of the running time out right there with that kind of business. Because you literally have like a scene happen with Batman and whatever, and then you the next scene is him going over a recording of the scene before and analyzing what happened and kind of going over it with either Alfred or himself.
I think
it's like you really could have just intercut a lot of that stuff. And
I do agree that they could have cut out like a ton of shit.
And the logical ending, the movie goes on for an hour past it.
That's what my brother said. My brother saw it with his son because his son really wanted to see it. And my brother said, that movie could have ended like 3 freaking times. It just kept going. My brother, he didn't like it. So I'll let you know that much.
All right.
His son loved it, though. His son's only 16, though.
Oh,
but even his son, his son said it wasn't the best Batman, though.
No, I totally understand why why Runner likes it. I would have, at his age, probably dug it too. I don't know if I would have liked Pattinson in the role, but I mean, I could have seen a lot of stuff in there that I would have liked.
I thought he did a good job. I mean, I liked Zoe Kravitz for the most part as Catwoman. I thought she looked great. Paul Dano, and I like him as an actor. I thought for the most part he was good, and then
he's just not the Riddler though.
No, but one of the big I understood what they were going for with the character.
So do I.
I got it. I understood what they were going for with the whole Zodiac thing. It sort of made sense from that perspective, but then part of the third act, his character just falls apart from then. That was my problem with the character.
I get you.
And listen to me, if this is a Riddler before he actually becomes the Riddler, I'm fine with that. That's cool.
I'll have to take your word for it because I haven't seen it. But Tom, what do you got for us tonight? What's your first pick of the night?
Well, I've been on a cannon run with that Electric Boogaloo thing, doing the He-Man thing, so we're gonna get past that. But since he brought up Batman, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. There's 3 more comic accurate Batman movies than the ones that you mentioned, and not one of them is The Dark Knight or Batman Begins. They are as follows: Batman 1966 film. Second would be Batman Forever, and the most comic accurate Batman film of all time would be Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
I love that freaking movie. Okay, I saw that in theaters.
Out of all Batman movies, that is the masterpiece of them all. I fucking love that movie.
It is, and I watched it again for the first time in years, and I'm like, God, I never really appreciated this movie as much as I should have.
I know, man. I remember seeing it in the theaters, and it just blew my little mind, and I loved it. I've loved it ever since, man.
I want them to re-release that in the theater. I will go in a heartbeat, man.
Actually, I like Batman and Batman Returns more than Batman Forever, but I will concede that in that film, we get a more comic accurate Batman than we have in the previous two, because for one, Michael Keaton's Batman just willy-nilly kills motherfuckers.
He does. I love those though, but I mean, and it's just go ahead, man.
And then you got the Penguin, who, even though I love that version, he's a completely different version than the comic.
Yeah.
Burton takes a lot of liberties with Catwoman, and then especially the liberty of having Joker killing, Batman's parents. That's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, that was one of my problems with Burton's Batman. Was
but when you get to Batman Forever, it's pretty comic accurate. Batman is Batman throughout. He does have some detective work to do with Edward Nygma. That version of the Riddler is pretty close to the comic. Two-Face is a little maniacal, but he's pretty close to the comic.
I didn't like the villains in Batman Forever.
Then you have the Robin story, which is pretty spot on. Even though
the Robin stuff was good.
That's what I'm saying. So all that stuff was so, and then you have the best part is it has a very, and Script Doctor points this out all the time too. And again, whether you like the movie or not, it still has a very comic booky, story with the Riddler basically having this contraption that tricks the city into, stealing their intelligence, which is a very Batman-esque comic book kind of, thing they would come up with. And what's funny is how, then it seems so far-fetched, but look at how technology has advanced and how how our computer, you say something right now, in 5 minutes from now, you go searching on Facebook, you're going to see an ad for that very thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, that
it kind of did predict that, didn't it?
That was my biggest problem with Two-Face. Like, Tommy Lee Jones is a decent actor. I really think, I thought he was kind of miscast, and plus I hate the makeup.
No, I will agree that Tommy Lee Jones was miscast-ish, or he at least took it the wrong direction because he's trying to overplay Jim Carrey. But
I didn't like Jim Carrey at all, though, didn't he?
No, but
if I remember correctly,
I thought Jim Carrey was miscast too. He just played Jim Carrey in it.
No, I think Jim Carrey played a really good Riddler.
No, he's pretty much doing the Gorshin version, which is what informed the comic after the '66 Batman show.
I get that, but to me, it felt like Jim Carrey over the top, like Jim Carrey. It didn't feel like, it just felt like Jim Carrey to me. That was kind of my problem. That's why I was really excited for Paul Dano as the Riddler, but we'll get to that another time. But
that's the thing, though. The Riddler is a lot like the Joker, but he's more calculated, and he is very over the top and egotistical. And that's the thing, is he is Bruce's intellectual equal, but what gets in the way is his ego and narcissism.
Yeah, it's true. And for what 4K Cinema says, will they ever release the extended cut of Batman Forever, the Schumacher cut?
I want that to happen.
And that's one, if they ever did, I think that fans would kind of come around and see that, this is probably one of the more comic accurate. But now back to Mask of the Phantasm, though.
Yeah,
actually, there's elements of this I've seen in the new Batman movie. Of course, this borrows a lot from Citizen Kane and another great Orson Welles film, Touch of Evil. It also has elements of, but it's a really great noir film, very adult for the time. They took advantage of the fact that they knew it was going to be a movie, even though it started as a VHS film, straight to video. The studio decided to switch it over to theatrical, making the animation team scramble to reconfigure everything for widescreen. But I believe that's also one of the reasons why it's not, I don't think it was animated at 24 frames a second. I think it's only 12.
Yeah.
So that still shows, but I mean, it carries over the same feeling as the movie or as the show, but it does have some elements that feel movie-esque in it. And for the time it didn't do well, but Siskel and Ebert praised it every chance they could. And over time, I think a lot of fans have realized that it is probably one of the more definitive Batman movies, and the fact that the show is so beloved, I think that helps. But yeah, of course, I bought this before I got the big box set, which of course it comes with the box set.
True.
But yeah, no
That
real
is actually
special
what
features. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's one I need on Blu-ray. I was gonna say I still have the DVD. I don't have the Blu-ray yet.
I have 2 copies of Mask of the Phantasm.
You gotta send me one. I need the Blu-ray.
So do I.
No, because the only reason I do is because I don't have the individual like Blu-ray that Tom had. Like I have no, because it came with the Batman animated series, like complete series set that I have, and it also came with all the Batman animated stuff, like the animated movies. It came with that. It came with that as well. So I have 2 copies of that fucking movie, and I'm grateful for that. No, I love Mask of the Phantasm. It's
a great movie. They just did work all around. Mask of the Phantasm, Sub-Zero, and Return of the Joker were amazing.
Sub-Zero,
but Mask of the Phantasm,
honestly,
top notch.
I'd give this away since I have the same exact disc in my Batman collection. But I love the poster on the.
It is a great poster, isn't it?
But I don't want to give it up. So yeah, but no, unfortunately there's no special features, but you get either the full screen or the widescreen. The 4:3 or the widescreen presentation choice because
there's like a theatrical, and then there's like an extended cut.
No, it's the same movie. The difference is because they, as I was saying, when they originally had started animating it, it was for VHS, so it was done in 4:3, which is the old square.
Yeah,
frame.
I got it.
And when they switched gears, since luckily they were shooting it in Open 35, they were able to reconfigure a lot of it. So when you do have the widescreen version, you are missing a little bit at the top and mostly at the bottom, but you're gaining a little bit on the sides that you don't see in the 4:3 version, outside of, I think, maybe 2 or 3 shots that they had already finished before they had decided to change gears. So, but you get the choice between watching between the two. And honestly, I bounce back and forth, and I prefer the widescreen presentation. Even though you lose a little bit of on the top and the bottom, you do gain that much extra on the sides, and I think it adds to the overall aspect of it. And it's clearly how it was meant to be seen as they got into configuring it for widescreen. So
yeah,
I don't mean to like bring this topic up in the conversation, but Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's like the whole aspect ratio thing. My one problem with some people's arguments, like, oh, they should have made it widescreen, but it's like the movie, I don't think it would have as much impact, in my opinion, as what it would if they cut like the top and bottom of like certain shots, because it wouldn't work with certain shots, in my opinion. But that's just me.
Maybe because he shot it that way, you're right. But I just looked at it as the most. Look, it made no sense to me when they decided to go from the 240 or 235 aspect ratio of the first few Marvel movies to the 185 aspect ratio for Avengers, because I'm like, okay, you've got 4 people on screen as opposed to 1 or 2 most of the time. So wouldn't you want a wider aspect ratio so you could have more things on the screen as opposed to trying to crush it down to 185? And then in Justice League, to me, it makes it feel even smaller because Snyder decided he's going to crush it down to 4:3, which is great if you're watching it on IMAX where it expands on the whole fucking screen and it like makes the movie feel bigger. But when you're at home, it makes all those scenes feel smaller.
No, I get that, and I don't know, that didn't do anything.
But I'll tell you this right here, Brian Barth, Batman: The Killing Joke. That is a crap movie.
I hate it.
That is a horrible interpretation of that comic.
Somebody has done a fan edit of it where that's probably cut down to just what's in the comic.
Yeah,
that
would probably be the best.
Just hold on a second. I'll be right back.
And Runner mentioned Zack Snyder, so take a drink.
Right.
While he's running away, he says,
"Tom, what you got for?" Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, well, you can answer this real quick, and then I'll pull up mine. It says, Martin wants to know, who would you cast as Terry McGinnis?
Nobody.
This is all you fucking need is the book.
True.
Yeah, that's true. That's all you need.
Alan Moore. That's what you need.
You know,
Do not watch that fucking movie.
I'm not a
It's
big
shit.
fan of Batman Beyond, but I mean, honestly, if I had to, because even though they're not going to do it now because they're basically
Doing it with
cramming that all into
Batgirl.
Batgirl, yeah. And if it was like Michael Keaton playing the old version, I don't know.
See, like
That's a hard cast.
Like Terry McGinnis.
Yeah.
If Robert Pattinson wasn't Batman, I would have cast him as Terry McGinnis.
You know what's funny is, I could see him playing something like that more so, right?
Yeah,
honestly, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, like I said, I liked him as Batman, but yeah, like I think Terry McGinnis.
Timothy Chalamet, maybe if he bulked up a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
Like here, like this is the thing, right? And I'm not sure if Tom has like heard anything like. Because there's been a lot going on with the merger lately with Discovery, but like I would love a Batman Beyond like kind of type of movie, that has that Blade Runner-esque vibe, and you have like Ben Affleck.
You're going to get that with Batgirl. So
no, I don't give a fuck. That's in their bullshit like DCEU continuity. I don't care about that.
There you go. Jaden Smith is Terry McGinnis.
No.
Anyways,
that's as bad as the Jaden Smith as Miles Morales.
I know.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? First of all, he's like 5 years too old, but
that's crazy.
No, but like no, because for me, it's like if I were to do something like, well, I forgot what I was gonna say, like a future like thing, like Michael, like old man Bruce Wayne, like Michael Keaton would be cool, but I would love to see like Ben Affleck play that role too. Just in my personal opinion,
maybe in like 20 years, yeah.
No, since he's like, I don't know, isn't he like 50 right now?
Yeah, he might be.
I mean, I
still think Michael Keaton's also in his 70s, so
yeah,
I know, but I'm saying like,
for him.
I'm just saying if Ben Affleck ever got into his 70s, like I would love to see him as old man Bruce Wayne, and he's like, it's a Terry McGinnis thing, and I would love to see like maybe you can have like an old man cyborg. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't. Hey,
I'm
going to move on to my pick.
I was going to say we're 47 minutes in.
Yeah,
you need to get to.
I want to move on to my pick runner. Is get us off the topic of Batman here, because my first pick is kind of a joke pick because today is 3/16. So I got Austin 3/16 uncensored. That's on VHS. I was just trying to be funny, but yeah, it didn't work. So there's my first pick of the night.
Yeah, no, that wasn't funny at all.
Hey, Still Cold said you could kiss my ass. That's
what was your first pick?
Said. Huh?
What was
you missed it. I was.
Yeah.
Since it's 3/16.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was just trying to be funny, and it didn't work out too well. So.
Oh yeah, I fell out of wrestling before him, but I know who he is.
I just did it because it was 3/16, and I found this, and I thought it was pretty funny.
Never mind.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
Kind of funny and clever.
Yeah, I was just trying to be funny, try to lighten it up a bit. But yeah, that's just my joke. But yeah, there's my first pick of the night that didn't go over too well. But I got better ones, I swear. I promise I got better ones. I got a new one here too and everything.
Oh, you better. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But that was my first pick of the night, just for fun. So I guess we'll go back to you, Runner.
I was gonna say, yeah, that was some pick. That went by fast too.
It was hey, I thought it'd go over a little better.
Yeah, you'd think. So this one, I already showed the Blu-ray of this. I have the 4K Steelbook for it now. Tom, you're gonna like this one, buddy.
The Wolf of Wall Street, yeah. It's a good one.
My fucking Warriors.
That's cool. And then Margot
Robbie.
Are you
fucking high? You called me on a public phone?
It's been a while since I've seen that one, actually. I might need to rewatch that eventually. It's just it is really good, and it's just really funny.
I gotta ask. So, your wife, the rumor's going right. Is it true she's your cousin, like your first cousin? No. See that's not exactly it. See, like, yes, she is my first cousin, but like, growing up, she was hot, and I'm like, I don't want anybody fucking my cousin. So, I figure I should be the one fucking her. That's why I married her. See, it makes sense. Not really.
I still don't know how Leonardo DiCaprio did not get an Oscar for that movie.
Oh God, I love this is one of my favorite Scorsese films.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and I don't know how he's Scorsese, Bryant. That's the only way I can say.
Now you got to be careful because these guys, you see these things, they get together and they gossip.
So
what can we do with them? I mean, well, see, they're tough little fuckers. So
look, Tom's got me laughing. I can't even think what I would have said.
Movie, it is hilarious.
It is a good movie. It's good, and everybody in that movie is just well casted all around. Everybody just like hits their
John
marks.
Bernthal really punched. What's his face? The guy I was just making fun of. Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill,
in that one scene because Jonah Hill got him all so pissed off. Jonah Hill improvised like 90% of his lines, I guess.
That's crazy, and it was Scorsese as director too, so that's pretty cool.
Well, and he won. I think he won for that one, didn't he?
Was it that or was it the baseball movie with Brad Pitt that he won for?
No, Scorsese didn't have anything to do with that one.
Oh, Scorsese! I thought you meant Jonah Hill.
Oh yeah, no, Jonah Hill won for that one, I think.
Yeah, he won for the baseball movie.
Oh, Moneyball?
Yeah, Moneyball.
Moneyball's good. Chris Pratt's in that too.
Yeah. Michael Douglas, Charlie Sheen, Darren Hannah. Good film. Oh, he's thinking of Wall Street. It's The Wolf of Wall Street was the other one. Night Owl. Haha, these things gossip.
You got to be careful. We don't need to get a bad
Night Owl.
Because these things, they get together and they gossip, you see. This is true, yes.
Runner, you outdid me.
Oh,
nice.
You can't look them in the eye.
See, the first pick, I picked that first because I knew we were going to have a long conversation, and then I would bring up something that you guys would like.
There you go.
So you're welcome, dickheads.
It's all in fun. It's all in fun.
I know.
Don't look them straight in the eyes. Their wires
crossed. Exactly.
What do you got for us, Tom? What's your second pick of the night?
Oh Lord. Well, last week when the week before, this movie came up, and I didn't realize it got pulled from print because I have it, so I decided to watch it.
Cruel Jaws. Oh yeah, was it Mike that brought that up?
Yes, and it is a cruel watch. I'll tell you that much right now. It's basically Jaws redo. It came out in I think like 88, 89, somewhere in there. 95, I'm sorry, later than that. It feels like late 80s, but no, it's basically one of the shittiest shark movies ever, but it's also amazeballs crazy. You got this guy who's like a Hulk Hogan wannabe lookalike who plays like the Brody role, kind of, sort of. You have the fucked up mayor role. You have the scientist guy. You have just some outrageous lines. And the reason it was pulled was because it actually uses footage from Jaws and Jaws 2 in the movie. Like, just completely lifts footage from it. And they even made a shark for it too. And oh my God, is it bad? I should have had some scenes ready for it. I really should have. I should have pulled it like I did the other one.
Yeah, like with the Bats movie or whatever.
Yeah. But let me see if there's any online, because this thing is the whole movie's online. Great. Because it is just bad. And it is a fun bad, yes.
That's my type of movie.
And I can't really tell you the plot because it's basically Jaws.
Hey, if you've seen Jaws, like I put out today, smile, you son of a bitch.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it starts off.
That.
It's just like the beginning of Jaws 2. These guys go down in the water and they get eaten by a shark. And then this guy gets eaten too, I think. And then here you got where'd it go here? I just had the perfect shot that was like almost, and like some of the lines are like, it's like almost line for line Jaws. Like literally you have, because there is another cop character too. So like there is two different, but the cop is kind of more like the mayor.
That dude does look like Hulk Hogan.
He does too. So like, and then this guy is the, can you guys see my arrow or not?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so this guy is like your not Brody, your Hooper guy.
Oh yeah.
And like this is one of those.
Why does he look like Matt Damon?
He does look like Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Looks like Matt Damon.
Jinx.
Like when he's younger, yeah. But like this is one of the scenes where they literally have like lines that are directly lifted from Jaws. I think we'll see.
Yeah, that dude looks like Matt Damon, but with a punchable face.
Yeah, well, you've always been a good friend, Sheriff. Besides, 30 days is a long time.
Oh yeah, there's just all this weird shit going on in this movie, and then you have this other weirdo guy, and it's just, and they're trying to keep the beaches open, of course.
Jesus Christ, he looks like Matt Damon from that angle too.
Let me see if I can find some of the shark here because it's really fucking hilarious. Let's see.
Oh man.
What the fuck?
Damon, Hulk Hogan, in Cruel Jaws. And this was actually released as Jaws 5 in some places. Yeah.
I believe that. Well, Tom, I'm gonna have to definitely check that out.
Wow.
Because I like a good bad movie. So
Jesus Christ.
Oh man. Hopefully they didn't get us any claims with it, considering it being,
I have no idea, yeah.
Whatever, but hopefully
if
not.
you do, sorry.
It's all right. If it is, it is.
Did
but
you get claimed with Nighthawks or whatever?
No, I did not.
Oh wow, that's good.
So
because we didn't show too much, but we did show a little bit.
Yeah. Tom wins the night's pick. What the actual
fuck?
And Brian Barnes just says you picked the weirdest movies, and he doesn't understand why.
You ain't seen shit yet. Wait till I get to one of these other ones.
Oh man, I could show you some shit that I have not brought on here yet. That I got to rewatch so I can talk about it.
I was gonna say, I feel like Greg would have the weirder picks than Tom.
He might have some that are weirder than mine. I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure it's Greg.
I got some weird ones. I just haven't watched them in a while, so I want to. If I bring them on, I want to make sure I talk about it. You know.
All right, what do you got for us?
All right, this is my newest pick. My newest. Dream a Little Dream.
I got that, but I haven't opened it.
Oh,
I opened it. I don't want to. I left the thing in there, the digital copy. It's pretty good. It looks pretty good. I've always liked this movie. It's one of the weirder body swap type movies of the 80s, and plus it's the two Corys.
Sequel.
Yeah, the shitty sequel.
They should have threw that in there just as a freebie because I ain't gonna buy that.
Yeah, I wish they would. I mean, it's not great, but I could. I mean, it is what it is. The sequel with sunglasses and stuff.
Got any good special features on it?
Yeah, it's got. Let's see. Audio commentary with film historian Jarrett Graham. Interviews Young at Heart with Corey Feldman. When Lightning Strikes. An interview with Lawrence Kasanoff. That's about it. Theatrical trailers.
No Rock On video.
No, that's why I was really hoping they'd have the Rock On video on there, but they don't. I'm like, how can you do that without the Rock On video?
Probably would have cost them a bunch, probably.
And I still can't believe the chick in this movie married Patton Oswalt.
Really?
Yeah.
The one that he's married to now?
Yeah, the one that he's married to now is her.
I didn't know she was an actress. Okay.
Yeah. Because his first wife,
like a producer or something like that.
His first wife passed away.
Yeah.
His first wife who passed away went to my high school.
Weird. Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
No, Corleone Rogue is Blu-ray. It's a Vista series. So
I'm surprised. Yeah, we'll probably never.
Vestron, not Vista. Sorry.
That's funny. I got one Vestron Blu-ray that I picked up recently.
We're lucky to even get that on Blu-ray because did it even get a DVD release? I don't remember.
Yes, it does have a DVD. You can get the DVD for $8.
I mean, from back in the day, I'm talking about.
Oh,
I say because I never had it on DVD, so I don't know if it ever did get a release on DVD.
I don't know.
It's a movie that's been released a lot.
Yeah, it's really not, but it looks pretty good. I liked it. I dug it. I love the artwork. I mean, it could have used a little more special features, and I really wanted the Rock On music video, but I guess I go to YouTube to watch that.
Well, if I remember back in the day, that was one of the things that kept it off of DVD was they didn't want to pay for the music rights.
Yeah, because there's a lot of good
tons of 80s music and
80s soundtrack, and it's really good. And the sound is pretty good on this, so it's not a bad Blu-ray. I'd pick it up. It's only like what, $14.99, $12.99,
something like that.
Yeah, so pick it out. And Night Owl, I'm gonna say Corey Haim. I was a big Corey Haim fan more than Feldman.
Haim was the better actor, but Feldman had the bigger personality.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved Goonies. I loved him in Goonies. I loved Feldman in all of his movies, but I don't know. I just really like Corey Haim. I like the movie Fast Getaway. That was like one of my biggest favorites I remember as a kid watching with him in it.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue Haim is like the more genuine actor. Like, especially look at like what he did between Lucas, jumping to, Dream a Little Dream. Totally different.
Yeah.
Or License to Drive. He is more of a chameleon than Feldman. Feldman just kind of comes in and plays Feldman.
Yeah, and he always starts in that freaking Michael Jackson dance, which he does in that.
Yeah, and he's pretty much the same. He just kind of brings his persona to it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
which is fine. I mean, he is who he is. I mean, he's great in certain roles. Don't get me wrong. I mean, especially he's a highlight of things like The Burbs. He's really good in.
Yeah. He actually stands out. Yeah, in The Burbs. Silver Bullet, Corey Haim. Yes, Silver Bullet, Corey Haim. That and Fast Getaway were like my Corey Haim movies.
Honestly, between Silver Bullet and Friday the 13th are probably the places he's done the best acting. Because outside of that, it's mostly comedic acting, and he's kind of, like I said, just kind of playing the persona of who he is. Because he kind of came up with that between Goonies and stuff like that, so that just kind of became who he was after that. Because really, he's playing almost the same character between Goonies and The Burbs.
Right, it's true. And yeah, Corey, like you said, in Corleone Rogue, he had the more iconic roles.
Yeah, totally. But
Feldman did so.
But Haim, like I said, he's just more of the genuine actor, right? Like he could kind of just interweave. Stand By Me, Bryant, you're right. I forgot. Stand By Me is probably Corey Feldman's best performance overall.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Most acting, yeah.
But you really couldn't go wrong with either Corey.
Oh, hell
no. Most of us grew up with both of them, so. But Runner, did you go ahead, Tom?
No, Brian asked what happened to him. I was like, well, he just didn't make the transition too well between. Not so much because he was all right for a few years. Just, I don't know. He just fell out of the. He kind of went a little crazy.
Yeah, he went a little nuts.
He hasn't done anything in a while.
And I saw his documentary.
Not good.
There's just a bunch of nothing burger there.
Oh wow!
And if anything, it was stuff that was more about Corey Haim, and it's like, dude's dead, so he can't even say one way or not.
He can't defend it really.
Not even so much defend it because it's painting him as a victim, which fine, but you don't know if maybe he didn't feel that way. Maybe it wasn't even something that happened. Maybe he would say no, that didn't happen. Even though he said it at the time, who knows? Maybe it's not something he wanted out there in the public. It's just one of those things, regardless with him being gone, I don't think it was Corey's place.
Yeah.
Speak for him. And, his stuff that happened is all the stuff that's been out there and everybody knew already. And it's, there's some of it that's kind of on the line. And then there's other stuff that, something should have been done about it at the time. But it's not like Corey Feldman did not go through some of the shit that some of the other people have. Like that's the thing is he needed Corey Haim in the documentary to make it worse, because the worst stuff happened to Corey Haim, supposedly.
Yeah, that's what I always heard. I agree, that Corey Haim had the worst of it all. That's what I always heard. So,
which, yeah, it needs to be brought to light. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it was Corey Haim's story to tell, not Feldman's.
Yep, that's true. It's true. But if you get a chance to pick up Dream a Little Dream, pick it up. Vestron's, they're actually been doing pretty good lately. They got their price down because like when they first started, they were outrageous price.
Yeah, you hear that?
Yeah, Shout Select and Warner Archive. But you can send some of those my way. I'm willing to look at them for you.
Well, we all know why Mill Creek won't send us shit.
Yeah, we bullied them into changing their website. So
honestly, you'd think that'd make them all send us more stuff. Like, be like, we're gonna show them. We'll send them a Street Fighter. We'll send them this.
I'm open. I'm very open to this. Shout, Scream, Kino Lorber, Mill Creek. Send them to me.
I'm honestly surprised Kino hasn't yet. I spend so much money through Kino. They're like, fuck, why would we give it to him?
Yeah.
He's bought almost our entire catalog.
That's true. But I will say, which I shared with you guys in the group chat, is like I put out that tweet about Deadly Friend.
Yeah.
And I got Chris, what's her name?
Yeah,
oh my
cool.
God.
Christy Swanson. Yeah.
Christy Swanson followed me. I was like,
awesome.
Yes. So that's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was cool.
She's Supergirl.
Yes. She is.
Oh, really? That's her? Oh.
Do you mean like voice?
Or wait,
Tom?
didn't she play?
No, that was Legend of Billie Jean. What's her name?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting them mixed up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she was Buffy and Ferris Bueller.
Yeah. Kirstie Swanson. Yeah. I'm getting this mixed up. Yes, I know who it is now. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say pick it up, man, and get you some Vestrons while you're at it, because they're hitting pretty good right now. So
I got one thing from them. That was at a Best Buy.
What was it?
It was Francis Ford Coppola's first movie.
Oh, Dementia 13.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I picked up.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's not one of my picks, but I got that one.
Yeah,
I need to watch it. That's why I didn't.
I know I have so much I have to watch, or that I want to rewatch and talk about, that I have not been able to bring on here yet.
Yeah, I know.
So
well, one of my picks that I'm probably going to show next, I haven't watched all the way through. I watched like the beginning and that's it. But I just went fuck it, just because like I couldn't think of any other pick that I had.
That's okay, man. Go ahead, show it while it's to you. So
all right, it's a Nicolas Cage movie. It's a recent one, in fact. Prisoners of the Ghostland.
I've heard about that. I haven't seen it yet. How would you like what you saw of it?
It's interesting. I didn't get through too much of it to really like judge it as a whole. I'll probably report back whenever I get to watch the movie as a whole.
They were trying to say it was the most Nicolas Cage movie you've ever seen, the most far out there, wildest one.
Yeah, like it says right here, if you want to blow me up. This is what Nicolas Cage says: the wildest movie I've ever made, and it's his name right there.
Yeah.
And in the Steelbook, you have this foam thing right here, because that's where they need to put the 4K, because they don't have another thing for they don't have another like spot for the other disc, whatever you like to call that thing. Like they just have, this is the Blu-ray, and this is like where they put the 4K, and they put some
just a piece of foam there to put it there.
Yeah.
But you could always switch them if you want to put the 4K in the better spot.
Yeah, I should do that actually. I don't know why they did that. They should have put the 4K in the better spot.
Yeah. And Martin says that movie sounds like Escape from New York on LSD.
Is it?
I don't know. I haven't watched it, so
I know I didn't get that vibe from the first part that I've seen. Nicolas Cage, he's kind of making a comeback.
I think It feels like a little bit. I think he's done enough crazy straight to DVD movies that he sort of got attention again.
He's doing a shit ton of indie stuff. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I really liked Willy's Wonderland and Mandy. Those movies are great, and Mandy is just crazy.
Have you seen Pig?
No, I've not seen Pig. So.
I heard that was another recent one. I think Rookie Critic reviewed that.
Yeah,
one.
Rookie really liked that. So I have not seen it though, but I don't know. I don't know if it's quite my speed. So I have to give it a look though.
I'll check it out at some point. I need to watch Willy's Wonderland too.
Willy's Wonderland is really good. It's a cheesy, good like 80s style film horror type movie.
So that's what I've heard.
Yeah, so it's good. And then Mandy, I don't know if you could handle Mandy Runner. It's crazy. Oh yeah, Color Out of Space was really good too. That was really good. I have that on 4K. So,
What's Mandy about? Like, just give me like a synopsis.
I can't explain what Mandy's about.
Okay, that's fine.
It really can't. Just know it's Nicolas Cage fighting a crazy religious evil that he has to stop.
Okay.
That's like a just know that. It's like a rock and roll. You have to see it. It's hard to explain.
All right.
Yeah. So, but that's it. We'll have to talk more about that once you fully see it all. Yeah, his new movie, Bear Weight of Massive Talent. I've heard that it looks funny, so I'm gonna probably give that a chance. Tom, if you're there, you ready for your pick of the night? The next one?
Yeah, I'm here. I just didn't have much to add to that, and I was doing a little work.
That's I figured that's what you was doing because.
Well, speaking of,
now you know how I feel.
I brought it. Yeah, I brought it up earlier during the Batman, and I got it this last week. I guess a week early.
Ooh, Touch of Evil.
Yeah, it come out last week, and the Blu-ray comes out this week. Touch of Evil, on 4K from Kino Lorber. It's a great fucking movie.
Yeah,
great
with,
fucking movie. I only watched the reconstructed version, so I can't speak to the theatrical or the preview version. But those, of course, are versions that Orson reportedly despised. But I did watch some of the special features, and you get kind of an overview of what that happened during the making of the film. And quick overview was when the movie was being put together, they had hired Orson Welles as an actor, but they were scrambling to find a director. And I believe it was Charlton Heston who said, Orson's a good director himself. So like, oh yeah, he did make some movies.
Yeah, Citizen Kane.
And a couple other movies. Yeah, that's a ticket. So they brought in Orson to direct as well, and he brought in a few of his people, and they gave him, I believe, mostly carte blanche when they first let him begin filming. But then, as the movie came together, the studio decided to tinker with it. Universal cut, I think, a good 20 minutes out of the movie or something like that.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And they rechanged some things, reshot some things, and Charlton Heston couldn't even understand why they were reshooting some of the things, and it didn't make any sense to anybody. And after the movie was put together, because in between the theatrical version and they had this preview version, which is on this disc, and or one of the discs anyway. It's 3 discs, and basically that from that preview version, Orson was so pissed that he wrote a 58-page letter to the studio explaining how they destroyed his movie, what they should do to fix it. And it wasn't a mean letter either. It was very eloquently written, but it went point for point, beat for beat, everything that. And I think he even wrote it in a way that they could reconstruct it with the stuff that he had already shot, right?
Right.
But since they kind of locked him out of the picture, they wouldn't let him finish the movie, and he never got his chance. So historians got together in 1998, and they took his notes, found what footage they could. They had to use a couple shots from the reshoots, but all in all, they feel they were able to reconstruct it to the closest of what he wanted to do with his notes to the studio. And the movie's brilliant.
And that cut, is that cut on there?
Yeah, that's the main cut, and then you get the theatrical version and the preview version. So
nice. I did, because I've been meaning to get this one because I saw it and I was going to pick it up. So yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, as far as like, and they even like, there's a difference in the soundtrack because the studio went and put the music all over the soundtrack the way that he didn't want it to be done, and they put title credits over his first opening shot, which is the movie is most famous for. Is it's Until Halloween. It was one of the longest running one shot.
No, yeah, single like steady cam
shot. Yeah, because it's really cool because it goes from a crane shot down, and you see somebody put a bomb in a car, and then you see the individuals get in the car, and then you follow the car down. You meet Charlton Heston and his wife, and follows through the whole thing in one shot, and then it sets things off from there. And it's this, this kind of noir mystery that is really well done, and it happens on the border. So Charlton Heston actually plays a Mexican. He's actually like a Mexican diplomat, but like, and then you have Orson who plays this like gruff cop, and it's really goddamn good. I don't want to tell anything about it because it gives too much of away, and the way the story unfolds, it's really well done. So I recommend it highly.
I guess this was on my list to pick up, and I'm definitely going to be getting that. So I'm glad to know that it's that good and we get all those cuts. So it's awesome.
That's cool.
Yes. Why does Hollywood? I don't know why Hollywood hated Orson Welles. Maybe he was just too good for him.
There's a lot of reasons. Welles was one of those that was way ahead of his time. Never understood until way late. And there was probably quite a few good movies in him we never got to see.
Yeah, that's true. Sucks though. But yeah, definitely
because he was outspoken. He got a lot of people fired. Citizen Kane made a lot of enemies. Yeah, that's just it. They just didn't get him a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, Citizen Kane, he created a lot of enemies with that movie. That was another thing. He pretty much blackballed himself after that.
That's true. And that is all that stuff on the on your Criterion about him, about what he did with Citizen Kane.
I don't know if there's some stuff on there, but some of the stuff that was really good on the Warner release isn't, like the documentary about Hearst versus Orson Welles, which is a really great documentary. That's not in that collection. And it also came with the HBO film RKO 281, which is actually on HBO Max in HD now. So I recommend that highly. If you definitely want to kind of get in a little bit of insight, I'd say watch Citizen Kane and then watch that movie. It's got Liev Schreiber and John Malkovich in it. It's great. James Cromwell, Melanie Griffith. It's a really good film. Nice. I actually like it better than Mank. Mank came out last year, and I didn't really care for it as much.
I never watched Mank. It just didn't look good to me.
I think RKO 281 does a better job.
I've heard some people say that they liked it. They liked Mank. But
it's interesting, but to me, because there's two different sides to the story. There's one side that says Mankiewicz wrote it all, and then there's another one that said that his version was a bit of a mess, and Orson Welles had to basically reconfigure it all and rewrite it all. I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle. RKO 281 kind of takes it kind of from that point of view, somewhere in the middle. Mank is completely from Mankiewicz, did it all himself kind of shit. But it also paints him as like this extreme alcoholic who was like writing from his bed and shit, which I don't know if that's accurate or not. So I tend to lean. I like both of them because they both give insights to different sides of it, but I would lean towards RKO 281 because it gives more. It's
probably the better of the two.
In my opinion, yes. I mean, even though I think it was not Lynch. Was it Lynch? No, Fincher. I think David Fincher.
Yeah, it's David
Fincher directed it, and really, it's just that aspect of it, having how they made the character out to be an extreme alcoholic, which he may have been. I know he was an alcoholic, but I mean, they got him to the point where he's damn near giving himself alcohol poisoning all the time. He's like bedridden, and it's the way it's shot. It's black and white, which is fine, but he added like an echo to the soundtrack so it sounds like you're in a theater, and it's kind of annoying after like 15-20 minutes. So it's like you're sitting there watching it, and because you constantly get this like, echo.
That's crazy.
Like reverb or whatever.
Yeah, like boom, like that. Huh.
Just that kind of like echo. You hear from, like you would hear if you turned on the auditorium setting or live hall setting on your receiver, and it adds that fake echo.
Oh yeah,
that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be annoying. That would be really
like you're sounding in a stadium or a hall or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it made it sound that way to make it sound like you're in an old theater house, but it's just kind of annoying after a while.
I may have to compare and contrast the films, but yeah, that sounds like a really annoying. All right, but I definitely want to get Touch of Evil. That was on my list, and I'm glad you brought it up because I was actually going to ask you a little bit about that because
funny you asked me that other question because I think Touch of Evil is another good, a lot more proof that Orson probably did have more to do with Citizen Kane than a lot of people want to say.
Yeah, because especially since they redid the movie and but yeah, now after Orson Welles talk and a great director and great movies, I'm about to show you what I got.
He's everywhere.
This movie's by a great director, but I don't know if I can actually recommend this movie. Burying the X, directed by Joe Dante.
Oh man!
Starring Anton Yelchin, Alexandra Daddario, and Ashley Greene.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Yeah,
he's one of my heroes.
It's
I
not
didn't even know this movie existed.
I think this is his last movie he ever directed in 2014.
Well, I saw his 3D one, and it wasn't that bad.
Which one was that?
Shit. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But anyway, tell us about this movie.
Yeah, this is Burying the X. Okay, it's not a bad movie. I would say give it a watch, especially if you're a Joe Dante fan. It's got Joe Dante on it. You can feel it. It's just the portrayal of the girl. Okay, the story is about Anton Yelchin is with his girlfriend Ashley Greene. They're in love. They're moving in together. His character is a bit like more opposite than her. He if I remember correctly, he works at an occult store, right? And she's more like conservative type woman. And so the thing is she's supposed to be this overbearing woman and everything, and then he meets Alexandra Daddario's character, and she, she's really hot and he really likes her. So he kind of wants to get with her. And so he wants to break up with her, but she gets hit by a bus and dies. And so as she's dying, he's says he'll love her forever, and she comes back as a zombie.
Okay.
Right. And that's when she actually because I really don't see a problem with her. Why he wants to get rid of her, because she seems very normal, very there's nothing wrong with her. It's definitely not a girl that you would want to break up with. You know what I mean?
Maybe Joe Dante went woke. I hope not.
No, it's not really woke.
Well,
it's
you said
really
conservative, or you just mean do you mean conservative, or you just mean in a sense that
it's just
married and have 2 kids and
because she just wants to be happy and married. She wants this she cleans up his apartment. She just really loves him and wants to be with him, and just like a normal type person. I mean, there's a little obsessiveness a bit with her about him, but nothing that would say yeah, I don't want you around me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's really where it falls the most. But then after she dies and comes back as a zombie, and he's she's so there for him, and he's got to feed her, and he's still trying to get with Alexander Daddario's character and everything. That works well. So
sadly, it's just the description of the movie doesn't make me really want to get into it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's because I
thought that was going to go somewhere else completely. And honestly, there's a better Joe Dante movie to be made there that has more of a Burbs element to it.
That's
you
what
basically do is what you just said. You make this overbearing, obsessive girlfriend, and he meets this nice girl he wants to get with, but the this other girl's gonna make that impossible. So the only way he can do it, he finds out, because she's obsessed with him and like stalking him and all this shit, is he kind of comes up with this plan to kill her. And of course everything goes wrong. So it's kind of like a Burbs kind of
that would have worked a lot.
That would have worked.
And the thing is, he didn't write this. So
see, and that's the thing, that kind of story we just came up with is more of a Joe Dante story. The thing you just told me sounds like a Twilight Zone episode. Not
exactly. So I bought it sight unseen because I was like, oh, Joe Dante, Bearing the X, and I'm a fan of what the hell's that movie? My Boyfriend's Back. So I thought maybe this was like Joe Dante's My Boyfriend's Back type movie. You know what I mean? And it's a little bit
similar storyline.
It's got a similar storyline to it, but it's not as funny. And everybody plays their role well and everything, and it's not woke. It's just I think that what the real problem is her characterization in the beginning.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like they did a very good job with making her. Yeah, they had to make her more obsessive or something. It sounds like.
I was watching, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe she wants to check his phone, or maybe she's pissed because he was flirting with Alexandra Daddario, who walks into a store with her nipples poking. So, I mean, I'm like, I don't see why. I mean, that's like a normal fight between a boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah. So, and then you kind of feel bad for her, especially when she's dying, knowing that he was going to break up with her that day before she gets hit by a bus.
So, yeah. See, now that sounds like, yeah. See, you have a common problem there, and that's where you make the main character unlikable.
Yeah. So, he comes off a little unlikable in the beginning, but then once it gets into the whole zombie stuff, it picks up a little bit, and you go, okay, I get where you were trying to go with this.
Well, even with the zombie thing, I could see it being interesting, but yeah. And yeah, you're right. It is the whole 3D. That's what I was thinking of, Corley and Rogan. In my defense, I actually wrote it in the private chat just before
I
you
saw
did.
The whole.
I remembered it. I'm like, yeah, it's the whole, I think.
Yeah, the whole thing.
That was all right. I just barely remember it, so it must not have been that great.
Yeah.
No, I'm a huge Dante fan, obviously.
Me too. That's
Yeah.
why I bought it. I bought it sight unseen without knowing much about it, other than reading the back. And I was like, holy shit, this is Joe Dante. And I don't know if I would rebuy it again, but I'm kind of glad I have it in a way. You know what I mean?
Hopefully that Gremlins cartoon's good, because he's consulting on that. And if that's a hit, then maybe they'll let him do Gremlins 3. We can hope.
I would say yes. Alexandra Daddario, yeah, she's smoking hot in that movie. So yeah,
she's smoking hot in a lot of things.
Yeah,
but that's not a good enough reason.
But in
a movie, you really have to amp that shit up.
They play their roles well and all, but just the characterization, I think that's where, if they would have just made her a little bit bitchier before she died, you would have had something there. Like Tom was trying to, maybe him and her trying to conspire to kill her.
Exactly. Or they even could have done a throw mama from the train type thing. Have the one girlfriend have an abusive asshole boyfriend, and then she has the girlfriend. So they come up with this play, and it's even a play on the old Hitchcock. What's the hell the name of it? Dial M for Murder, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Where you have the other one, they're going to kill each other's significant others or whatever. Yep. And that would have been an interesting kind of take on it, and you could have had some fun ensue, like I said, Burbs style, you know, in a way. And that's where Dante really hits his stride the best, is when you have that. It's kind of on the line of horror, but it's not quite horror. It's still comedy. Yeah. Like Gremlins and
bless his heart, man. He tried in that movie. I think maybe it was just too low budget, and the script definitely needed a polish.
Was it Strangers on a Train?
I
thought it was Dial M for Murder, but yeah.
I think Strangers on a Train is the same thing as Throw Mama from a Train. It's what it's based off of.
Well, Throw Mama from the Train is the same kind of thing too.
I think it's taken from that. So, yeah, I think it's Strangers on a Train, Tom. It could be Dial M for Murder, though.
Because
I'm not really sure.
That's similar plot too.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah.
Anyhow, I like I said, I don't know if I can quite recommend this, but if you're a Joe Dante fan and a purist, give it a watch. Let me know what you think. But other than that, they really messed up the characterization of the girlfriend.
If I come across it on a streaming service, I'll try and give it a 15, 20 minutes and see how I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a little bit of a bitchy attitude, but nothing I would just be like, I wouldn't want to dump. I mean, I would have just dumped her to begin with if I never really wanted a girl like that. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. But
no, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. So it's not woke at all or anything like that. It's just, I think the script could have used a polish.
Interesting. So what'd you have first, Runner?
Yeah. What do you got, Runner?
This last one, I don't know how to give this an introduction, but I normally don't buy DVDs all that much, but this is just one of the exceptions.
Cobra Kai season 3. Oh, nice.
Nice.
I've been wanting to get that myself.
I wish
but
they would release them on Blu-ray. Or
yeah, that's what I'm waiting on.
I agree, but so far it's the best we got. And like, yeah, I was hesitant on getting this specific one because I have like the one where it comes with both seasons 1 and 2. Like I have that DVD set, but then they came up with this, and I've seen it a few times. Like every time I go to Best Buy now, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta get this. Like I gotta get this at some point.
I've been meaning to try to grab that too, but I'm like, I really want, because after getting the Karate Kids on 4K, and then I really just would like to get the Blu-rays of those.
Well,
they're on in 4K on Netflix, so
yeah.
So but here's the thing: if they like once the series like finishes, let's say, and the 4Ks, once that all that comes out, I'm definitely gonna get that, like everyone would. And I'll probably just sell the DVDs to someone else,
Smart idea.
Like, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Like, this is what we got for now.
Right.
And then later on, if we get something better in the future, I'll just give them away to someone else who just, is all right with collecting DVDs,
And they might have some stupid deal where they're not going to release them on Blu-ray until they finish the show or something, or they have to wait so long. It's hard to say.
Yeah. True. But it's a good pick, man. And how many discs is this?
It's 2.
2 discs?
2.
Nice. What's the
there's
special
only
feature?
X amount of episodes, so
yeah, there's only like 6 or 10.
The biggest reason why I got this was because of the deleted scenes and the bloopers.
Are those online though? Because that was one of the reasons why I thought about getting the first 2, but just the special features. But
I don't know. Are they online?
I don't know. Yeah, no, they are. It says right.
Australia has the first 2 out there, but no, I mean I didn't know if the special features were on YouTube or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I haven't checked it. But yeah, the Tyrell 72's got it on Blu-ray. So.
Yeah, I've seen, like, I looked at Amazon and I'm like, yeah, like I've seen like a Blu-ray version of it, but it's not like the US kind.
I think it's region free, but regardless, like the reason I never got it is because it didn't have the special features. So I was like, well, I'll just watch it on Netflix.
Yeah. That's
nice.
True.
But that's a good one, Runner.
But another reason why is like maybe one day I won't have Netflix for some reason. I don't know.
That's true.
That's
another portion of why.
Yeah, that and some of the stuff that Netflix keeps doing. So
that too. And Cobra Kai is like the one thing I'm like enjoying from them.
Exactly.
Like the most.
It's true. Honestly, if the kids didn't watch some of the stupid kid stuff on there, I would have got rid of Netflix a long time ago. Because there are other ways to watch Cobra Kai. Shh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So. Oh, look at this. His Cobra Kai Blu-rays are region free. Nice, in Australia. Cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard. I got a region free player anyway, but I just like I said, quality wise, since they didn't have any special features, I was like, fuck it.
That makes sense. But what you got, Tom?
What's all right, last pick? Boy, oh boy. Extra. This is a fucked up movie.
I've heard.
It's E.T. with a little bit of Starman before Starman, but it is horror all the way. Basically, it starts off, this kid sees his dad get abducted by aliens, and nobody believes him. They think his dad just took off. So it flashes to like a year or so later or whatever, or a couple of years later, and his mom's moved on, got a new boyfriend and all this shit. And dad shows back up. Well, it turns out dad, and it shows all this stuff, but like dad was like this creature thing, and then turns into a human, and it's got to like, it's some fucked up shit.
It's the 80s, man. I love those
80s. It's hard to explain, but it's like it'll do like this weird like implant thing, and it infects the people and then kills people, and it's just weird. It's just
this is weird.
It is fucked up. I think it was an Italian movie originally.
That makes sense.
Now I guess this is not the best version to have. The one I got here, I got an import from it's like Germany, but Mike it's a platinum.
Oh yeah, Mike had that.
He was saying that the studio, I think Studio One version's better or something like that, or Studio. What did he say it was called? Or I can't remember which one they said now, but I mean it's a movie.
I like it. I'm gonna have to watch Extra. Here's a good $2 super chat from HVP. What's the most you've spent on a movie, Blu-ray, 4K, etc.?
Wow. I've showed mine on here. That was that
the Dawn of the Dead, wasn't it?
Well, no, American Werewolf in London.
Oh yeah, the American Werewolf. That was, how much did you spend on that?
$250.
If you wanted,
it was
$250. Nice.
I paid $100 for Rad.
Nice. What about you, Runner?
I'm trying to think right now. There's a lot. I mean,
which is hilarious because I just got the new American Werewolf in London in the mail
the
other day, and accidentally ordered 2 copies.
Nice.
Not really. I'm gonna send one back.
I would, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Maybe I did buy the Evil Dead 4K Groovy collection recently. I would say, well, I wouldn't say it was like overly expensive, but like, you know what I mean.
I would have to say,
I don't know.
I usually find deals on mine. I've never really got that expensive, like the Dawn of the Dead, which I've been tempted to, but I think the most expensive money I've ever spent was I spent on my Superman box set with all in the tin. I spent about $150, I think, on that.
Maybe it was the Zack Snyder Justice League trilogy on 4K.
I imported the Superman movies on Blu-ray for like dirt cheap.
Did you?
Yeah,
I got them all on Blu-ray too, with all the Batmans on Blu-ray for like $50.
No, the Zack Snyder trilogy on 4K, the Justice League one, that might have been the most expensive, because like when I got that, I pre-ordered it and it was like $80-something at the time. I think the price might have lowered now, but that's what it was.
Otherwise, a lot of the Blue Underground and Vinegar Syndrome and
actually no,
some of those are all like $40-$50.
Yeah, that's like normal price for me.
You know what? No, I lied. It's the James Bond collection on Blu-ray. That's the most expensive thing.
Oh, how much you pay for that?
It had to have been about like $90-something. I don't know. I don't know how much it was. It was over 50, but I mean that's a fuck ton of movies.
Yeah. Well, HVP, sorry about that. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I hope that answered your questions. And for that, I'll give you a little run to share.
Next on USA, all night.
That one where she said up twice looked like some corgi like bit her ass or something.
Okay.
Instead of up, she said like ow or some shit, and like someone like bite you.
Yes, there are 3 extras. I
3
have
extras.
extra 3, but I cannot find extra 2. I don't think it's been released in the US on anything but VHS. If it's been on DVD, I haven't been able to find it. It's definitely not been released on Blu-ray, though.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like the only one I've heard of is the first one, but I knew there was 2 other ones, so I didn't even know the other one, the third one, is even released. So
yeah, I got that one. Was one of my first Vinegar Syndromes. I thought it was the first movie because the way the title's written, you don't really see the 3. And then when I got it in the mail, finally, I'm like, oh, this is extra 3. Like I didn't even know there was 3.
That's crazy. Martin said the box set of Gone with the Wind is his most expensive. Corley and Rogue says the Star Wars box set with Death Star on the box was 200 pounds, I think, or at least 150 pounds.
Wait a minute, Tom. How much did you give for that Dawn of the Dead box set that you got?
I think it was like 200.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
They do have They do have a cheaper one now.
Yeah, I was gonna say no, because I think I bought the cheaper one, but you know.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, they fucked up. I returned that son of a bitch, but I mean they gave me my money back, which was good, so I'm not too mad. I wish I had that freaking set, but that was I paid like $40 for that, but
that's what Extra looks like.
He looks like a friendly guy.
The fuck is that?
It's Extra.
Good night, Brian Barth, and glad you could hang with us for a while. Appreciate it, man.
Night, Brian.
I got to see Extra. I've got to see Extra because it's one that I've never really seen, but I've like every time somebody brings it up, like you, Tom, it's like this movie. It's like when it starts like that, I'm like, I'm in.
It's a hell of a watch. I'll tell you.
You sold it to me. You just sold me. You sold it to me.
It's kind of fucked up. I tell you.
That's par for the course, though, for movies I've tended to see.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. So I guess it's me for my final pick of the night. Since it's St. Patty's Day tomorrow, and unfortunately I don't have the leprechauns, so in case you were thinking,
I should have brought those. Duh, Jesus.
I know. I wish I would have had them, but I don't have the Blu-ray set over here right now. So instead, I will give you a little Boondock Saints, the original first movie.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen this?
I know what it is, but I've never actually seen it.
Yeah, this is a great movie, and this comes with the extended director's cut, so it's well worth it. Well worth it. It is a really good movie. For the ladies, it's got what's his name in it, Norman Reedus, and Sean Patrick Flannery, and Willem Dafoe. So it's great. It's a great little I want to say action type movie, which it is, but it's like so much more than that. And it's just such a really good movie. I don't want to explain. Go ahead.
I know Angela Straven's a big fan of that movie. I just never watched it.
It's really good.
Well, it's got quite the cult following. It got a sequel made.
Yeah, the sequel. A lot of people don't like the sequel as much, but I like it.
I remember seeing like a fan edit that Angela Straven did of that movie. I don't know what it was. It was some type of trailer that he made, but he told me it was for some school project that he did from back in the day, and he just had like his older shit from like years ago.
Yeah, I did hear that there is supposed to be a third one, Corley and Rogue. I did hear that, and also I heard there was supposed to be a TV show too. So who knows? The cat scene. I know you guys don't see it, but that cat scene. The dude is arguing with his girlfriend, they're at the table, and they're drinking. All 3 of the guys, and the one dude's like just yelling, and he hits the table and he hits the gun, and the cat just splatters on the wall. It's crazy. But for anybody that doesn't know what it's about, essentially it's about these 2 Irish brothers in Boston who run afoul of the Boston Mafia type thing, and they have a dream that essentially says that, like God's telling them to take out the bad guys. So they start just like taking out this mafia thing, and it's just like dumb luck each time. They're not even like skilled at it at first. And they get into this real deep thing, and it's just a great movie. And Willem Dafoe is this FBI agent who's tracking them, and he thinks they're masterminds. It's just a great movie. It's just a great movie. You guys really should check it out one day.
All right, buddy.
Seriously,
it's one I meant to. I just never got a chance to.
I really think I think you would like it, Tom, and Runner. I definitely think you would like it, especially since you like action films and stuff.
All right.
Yeah,
that's cool. I think I've heard people say that I like it, so yeah, I'll give it a chance.
It's good, and hey, it's the thing is, it's not woke, and it's Willem Dafoe's character is actually he's gay in the movie, and it's not played like that's his main personality. You know what I mean? He's actually a character, and you really like him. So,
Willem Dafoe mixed with gay, that's not something you hear every day.
I mean, it's pretty good, and he's got some crazy lines in that movie, and he just like gets so into this, hunting these guys, thinking they're masterminds, and coming to his terms himself because he's like this FBI guy.
I mean that dude is good in almost everything.
Oh man, he's great in this movie. He's great. It's just such a solid, good movie. You really should check it out.
All right.
Yeah, it was hard for Troy Duffy to get it made, and then he got the second one made. So, you know. HVP, Tom has convinced me to get a copy of Cruel Jaws. Yeah, Corey LaRoe. It's like a comedy Death Wish with two brothers. Sort of, yeah. I'd agree with that. But that's what I had. And since they're Irish brothers, tomorrow's St. Paddy's Day, they drink at an Irish pub, and that's where the whole thing starts. So that's it. And like if I said, like, if I had the Leprechauns movies here on hand, I would have brought them instead. But I thought that was a good choice. So any final thoughts from anybody here before we close it out?
No, that's about it for me.
All this thing does is eat, swim, and make baby sharks. That's it.
Is that from Cruel Jaws?
Yes.
On that note, thank you guys to everybody that's been watching, everybody in the chat, Martin Acosta Santana, HVP, Night
and
Out.
Regular Jaws.
And regular Jaws, yes, that too. And Corleone Rogue, Night Owl, Anthony Draven, Brian Barth, Cosmic Squirrel. If I missed anybody, Tyrell 72. If I deleted scenes, if I missed anybody, I apologize. But thank you all for hanging out with us. Thank you, Runner. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. And as we close out, you know the rules around here. If I can find the clip.
How you doing? Bitches leave.